Big salute, big salute. Early morning read, early morning read. Boy, this shit nappy. Yeah, it's nappy. God willing, I'll be able to get it done today. Yeah, it's nappy. What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? Big salute, big salute, big salute to the streets. Goon Squad, supporters, donors, sponsors. My boy E. Johnson. Big salute to you, E. Johnson. Coming through for your boy. You know what I'm saying? Fucking with your fam. Fucking with your fam. Big salute to my big brother, JT the Bigger Figure. AKA Fig Panamera. BKA Locks is home. Glocks is home. Yeah, big bro, I had to go handle some American business. See the family. You know, family is very important. You know, I miss my family. But the devil has drawn the line and is making it hard for me and my family to make decisions about what the next move's gonna be. But God willing, God willing, God willing, I keep my prayers strong, you know what I'm saying? God gonna work something out. Work something out for my mama, my babies. You know, work something out for all of us. God willing, so y'all keep y'all prayers strong, man. Y'all pray for me, man. Pray for my babies, man. Pray for my family as I do the same for yours. We all gotta pray for each other, man. Yeah, cause we in trying times right now. Y'all see all this news coming out. Y'all see all the things they was talking about 10 years ago. You know, we like, man, ain't nothing gonna happen. Ain't nothing gonna happen, man. Well, it's happening, y'all. So y'all make sure y'all get prepared. Prepare for the worst. Y'all make sure y'all prepare for the worst. Pray for the best, but prepare for the worst. Just get prepared, man. Grow y'all some food. Get y'all a bag of rice, a bag of beans. Keep it in the cut. They say it's good to have at least a year worth, because they said what they harvesting right now is next year's food. So we got to be ready, y'all, man. We got to prepare, man. We got to get ready. Because they engineering this, because they want us to be relying on them. But we need everybody to be a part of this independent game. Yeah, we need everybody to be a part of this independent game, because we don't know what kind of stuff these people got going on, what they putting in the food, what they putting in the medicine, man. We don't really know. We not doctors, we not scientists. You know what I'm saying? So we don't know. We just go off what they say. You know, you can't go off everything they tell you. You feel me? Because if we don't know nothing else, boy, we know our government, woo-wee. If we don't know nothing else, boy, we know our government. We know them people is a trip. We know them people is a trip. But they've been keeping the greatest secret ever from the black man. And that's your home, man. Your real home. America's just your second home. You know what I'm saying? Even though you got to come back and get reestablished, Africa's where your roots at, man. Africa's, I know we didn't put up a lot of fighting in America. Don't nobody want to give it up. Not saying that you have to give it up. Just come reconnect. Reconnect with your people, man. Just come reconnect. I mean, well, we can't really say reconnect, because now is the time you want to kind of make a move. So if you coming to reconnect, you know, plan on making the move also. Plan on making the move also. So, you know, we in trying times right now, y'all. You know, but like the Almighty said, man, only the strong gonna survive, man. So you got to be strong, stay prayed up. That's what's gonna make you stronger. Your prayers. Prayers are gonna make you stronger. Take the fears, take some of the fear, make the fear a little light on you. You know, because when can't nobody else protect you, only God can. The Almighty, you gotta have faith in him. I put my full faith in him, and he working for me. You know, when I mess up, he still make sure he stay on my ass and let me know, look, we ain't got room for errors. We ain't got room for errors. We ain't got rooms for slip-ups. We got to try to stay on point, stay on key. We got to try to stay on it. So, y'all just get ready, man. Stay prayed up. And get prepared, man. Don't worry about Christmas shopping. Tell the babies, you know, this year ain't gonna be no Santa Claus wants you to get prepared this year. Ain't gonna be no big Christmas this year. Ain't gonna be no Christmas this year, man. Ain't gonna be no New Year's celebration. If you do, man, do it light. You know what I'm saying? If you do those things, do them light. Don't go hard. Don't spend all your money. I mean, not unless, of course, you got it like that, you know. A lot of people don't got it like that, so, you know, just be ready for anything, y'all. Just be ready for anything. So we're going to get into this early morning read, pick up where we left off yesterday. Pick up where we left off yesterday. I have to sweep out that. Black roots. Let me see. To them, the elders, death was just like sleep, which was also an experience, lucidly, except that death was the final sleep, but there was no loss of consciousness like we have today, either in sleep or death. Yahweh and Elohim must remain conscious without interruption of their memories by the process of unconscious death. The mechanics of death in this 6,000-year cycle are such that conscious memory is interpreted that the mechanics of death in this 6,000-year cycle are such that conscious memory is interrupted at the moment of death and has to be rebuilt after ascension, sometimes slowly, sometimes quickly, depending on the person. The light races were conceived in Yahweh's mind and actually live and have their being supported directly by that of his mind they call their collective unconscious. For him to successfully complete his creation, he cannot enter a state of unconsciousness such as comes at the moment of death. He and his helpers, the Elohim, must remain conscious at all times for the sake of their creation. But since Yahweh and the rest of the 60,000 Elohim were born at a time when black people were short-lived and no longer ascended consciously, a way had to be made to ensure the uninterrupted continuation of their individuality of their souls. Hence, the king incorporated this function of conscious ascension or resurrection in the Great Pyramid. Modern Egyptologists have discovered that at least one of the chambers of the Great Pyramid has passages aligned toward the star Sirius. They have also, I think I read this part already. They have also discovered in the art of the ancient Egyptians scenes depicting the worship of that star of the god, worship of that star or the god of that star Included in many paintings are scenes where the pharaohs is shown as the resurrected Osiris, the god of Sirius. In order to explain this symbolism, we must prepare our minds to grasp and understand some of the practices of our ancestors that were perfectly normal to them, but that would appear miraculous to us today. There are many such activities to mention, some of which would stretch our incredulity and perform as a matter of course. As such activity involves the interrelationship between alternate souls, or what may be called twin souls. Twin souls are not the same as soulmates. They are souls or personalities of the same God, as stated before. The 1,000,000,008,000,000 gods not only incarnated repeatedly on earth, but they simultaneously incarnated on every earth inhabited by black people. All the simultaneous incarnations of the same God are what we mean by twin souls. Every black person on earth has a twin soul on the star Sirius, as well as every other inhabited earth in the universe. All the attributes that were real that led to miraculous acts by the ancients are still in us in a dormant or semi-dormant state. They also exist in the light races, but they're mostly turned inside out or upside down, so to speak. They manifest in the opposite of what they should be. An example relevant to this discussion is the condition found mostly in white people called multiple personality syndrome. This is a psychological disorder where a person loses his present sense of identity and takes on a totally different one. When he comes out of it, he doesn't remember anything that happened. This psychotic condition is a reverse shadow of a real attribute that was common to all black people prior to 6,000 years ago, especially prior to 50,000 years ago. All black people in ancient days had multiple personalities, the reason being the following. All black people that had incarnated here on earth, meaning you and me, we are also incarnated on trillions upon trillions of other earths in the universe. There are two ways to visit other star systems in the universe. One is to go there physically, and the other is to go mentally. It's much easier, or at least it was in ancient days, to travel mentally. Traveling across space physically can be done in one of two ways, either by use of an interstellar spacecraft or by dematerializing the body and rematerializing it at the chosen destination. Both methods are used by Yahweh and the Elohim, and were also used in ancient times. But by far the most common way to travel was by mental transportation. All the personalities of each god that are incarnated in various star systems act as hosts to those traveling mentally. They make their bodies available to such visitors. In other words, when a person travels mentally to another planet, he or she finds his or her twin personality on that earth, who then acts as a host and uses his mind and body. In modern rituals, such travel still goes on to a limited extent. The host in such a ritual is called a gatekeeper. The same principle applies when an initiate travels to the past. He or she finds a gatekeeper, a past incarnation of his or her first self, who was a twin personality at that time. During the visit, the host or twin soul takes on the personality of the visitor and becomes him/her in the fullest sense of the word. In modern times, if such a visitation were to occur outside the safe space of a ritual, such a phenomenon would be called a possession. The host behaves and thinks exactly as a visitor would. He literally becomes him. Since every God has innumerable simultaneous incarnations, every black person is potentially a multiple personality of the highest order. This attribute was as normal to the ancients as changing clothes is to us. The perversion of this attribute in modern bodies and minds is the cause of today's psychosis called multiple personality syndrome. When an inhabitant of another planet hosts a visitor in this way, he or she does not lose or forget her own identity. He remains perfectly conscious, but stays in the background of his own mind as an observer. In other cases, he may also depart his own body and go on a visit to another part of the universe, in which case the first self is left in charge of his body, hosting the visitor. When the visitation is over, the visitor has had the benefit of a body by which he could investigate another world, but he also contributes his own experience to the host, such that the visitation is mutually beneficial to both twin souls. That's how the ancients traveled to other stars and back in time. After we lost most of our DNA, we lost the ability for such travel, except in the ritual settings of initiation. By incorporating the function of conscious resurrection in the Great Pyramid, the leaders made it possible for Yahweh and Elohim to travel as the ancients used to do to the star Sirius. They were taken at the moment of their death and placed in a sarcophagus, a stone coffin, in the chambers of the pyramid. When each person approached natural death, his or her conscious mind or soul was transported to that star. There they found a host or twin personality waiting for them, and they joined the other Elohim who had been resurrected before them. After a few dozen years, all 60,000 Elohim, including Yahweh, had been transported in this manner. They now occupy 60,000 long-lived bodies of the people of Sirius and have been for the past 6,000 years. When they are engaged in ordinary activities on their planet, they take on their native personalities, their earth personalities, go into the background as observers. But when they meet concerning matters that have to do with our earth, they naturally assume their earth personalities. They become as they knew themselves here on earth before their death. This multiple personality feat of the god is depicted in ancient Egyptian art, where the god Osiris or the goddess Isis is shown standing behind or beside the pharaoh or the queen. Pharaoh and the queen represents each Elohim as his or her soulmate, as they were on earth in their old bodies. Osiris and Isis represent them as they are today in their long-lived bodies and their new home. When the present cycle ends, it will become normal again for people to visit their twins in other earths, as to host them in their bodies here on earth. During this intervening 6,000 years of diaspora, Yahweh and his angels traveled on numerous occasions in their spaceships from Sirius to visit their chosen people on earth. Prior to the time of Christianity, they came here openly. Many instances of their visits are recorded in the Old Testament as well as in the old legends of some tribes. A well-known legend is that of the Dogon people of West Africa, who report that the gods came from Sirius to visit their ancestors. After the birth of Christianity, Yahweh and the Elohim stopped coming openly to earth. Their visits became rare and only to a few people. The reason is because when Christianity became widespread, the Christians began teaching the lie that God is a spirit. Anyone who appeared in the skies in a chariot or a cloud, as the spaceships were called, was considered to be of the devil. And around the same time, they started painting the devil as a black colored being instead of white as had been done before. People naturally started to become afraid of such visitations. Anyone who reported space beings was persecuted or even put to death. Eventually, Yahweh stopped coming regularly to Earth to avoid putting individuals at risk. The situation was made worse 600 years later when the white Islam became widespread. They also taught of a false spirit God and persecuted anyone who came in contact with a true living human God. Thus, Yahweh and the Elohim have for the most part been absent from their people for 2,000 years. All this was destined to happen. It was predicted many millennia ago in the ancient writings of the Hebrews. But now the time of Yahweh's separation from his people has come to an end. The coming few years will be the time of Yahweh's people, the true Israelites. Some of them will return to their homeland of Israel, Palestine. There they will set up a holy government under the rightful ruler of God, Yahweh, that will last for 1,000 years. The light-skinned races will obey and serve them until every imbalance caused by them and their ancestors in the last 6,000 years has been made right. The world will be brought back to its balanced condition in preparation for the true King and God of the earth, the leader of the 24 elders, who will rule after Yahweh for a remainder of his 25,000-year period. Okay, a skeptic. Well, somebody leaving a question. Hello, brother African root. I'm trying to understand why the 1,000,000,008,000,000 wanted to manifest the opposite of God. Does it have anything to do with them wanting to experience the knowledge they had of self? Black roots. The reason is because all things are contained in God, both the positive, good things, and all their opposites. God is fearless. He or she wills to experience all that is in him/her. Okay, another person asking a question. Brother Black Roots, I was briefly dialogue with a brother here. He states that the earth is not our home, which I agree, and we are but cattle to the Caucasian beings, which I will not accept. That we was not meant to achieve honorable political, economical standing here. Henceforth, the present condition of the black race. I know that your presence here is to teach us our original heritage, but what are your thoughts on this? What must black people do to serve this cattle mentality to our original true essence? Thank you in advance, brother. Okay, Black Roots. The earth is now our permanent home, but we did not originate here. Our ancestors migrated here from the star Sirius 78 trillion years ago. Since then, we have been permanent residents here. Now our existence here on earth is divided into cycles, some lasting trillions of years, others millions of years, others much shorter. Presently, we are in a 6,000-year cycle called the cycle of self. Presently, we are in a 6,000-year cycle called the cycle of self-forgetfulness. This era, which is near its end, was initiated 6,000 years ago by a God named Yahweh, the same one of the Old Testament. He's also called Yaqub. This God made the present world such that black people can no longer remember our ancient glory and the fact that we are gods. He made it that way so that his creatures that he brought into being could rule us. These are, of course, the light-skinned races. So they have made us strangers in our own house, which they now rule as if it's their own. This work of the God Yahweh has resulted in many black people feeling that we don't belong here on earth. This is a reasonable belief. How can we suppose we belong here when we are so hated? We have been the most hated and despised of all people by all the other races, and this has been so for 6,000 years. Is it any wonder that black people feel we don't belong here on earth? So this understandable, so this is understandable. But it's totally untrue. This earth is ours, created by our ancestors, as is the whole universe. When this cycle ends around the year 2012, then we will regain our lost knowledge. And every person on earth will know at that time that the earth belongs to black people and all others are temporary visitors. Okay, this is somebody asking a question. I'm not sure I followed you. Are you saying that we black people migrated into Africa? Black roots. The descendants of Yahweh did, as well as the ancient Egyptians. They joined Africa. They joined the Africans who had been living in Africa for many thousands of years. Somebody asking a question. Thank you for sharing, brother African Roots. My family entered America through South Carolina as slaves from Africa. Would that make us part of the 1,000,000,008,000,000? All black people are part of the 1,000,000,008,000,000 original gods. Those who are descendants of slaves are the direct descendants of Yahweh, or the 60,000 Elohim. They are the true Israelites, the chosen people of Yahweh. This includes all black people of slave descent in all the Americas, Britain and Europe, and wherever else they were enslaved by either whites or Arabs 400 years ago. They were especially picked out among other Africans and sold for reasons that I've discussed. Somebody asking a question. Hi, brother African Roots. Something I've been meaning to ask you. You have posted a wealth of information and never once did you state your reason for posting it. I have been to your webpage and ventured into your question page. Maybe I missed the answer to your particular question. Brother, what is your reason for posting all this? I mean, I understand it's for the purpose of us knowing our origin, but by us knowing this, what do you hope will happen or not happen for the descendants of the 1,000,008,000,000? What should black people be doing until the end of the 6,000 year cycle? Is there more besides knowing our origin? How should we use this information in the course of our everyday life? Black Roots. There are several reasons why I'm posting this info. I'll tell you the first reason. It was explained to me by my mentor when he started teaching me. He said to me, the first step towards waking up is the knowledge of oneself and one's history. If a person does not have the knowledge of self and ancestors, and the enemy has power over him, then everything he does is done blindly and will benefit his enemy before it benefits him, if ever. All the riches such a person accumulates and every positive thing he contributes to society will benefit his enemy before his people, if ever. In fact, it will most likely be determined to his people because his enemy to his people because his enemy can then use it against him. Yes, getting some notifications. That is the first step towards freedom. Knowledge of self and knowledge of ancestors. Without this first step, everything else is moot. Okay, somebody asking the question. You said the descendants of the 60,000 Elohim continued to practice the true religion of Yahweh after they left the island. They were scattered by wars all over the Middle East and North Africa. I am not critical of your findings, but obviously the teaching of The teachings of Master Farah Muhammad are direct opposition. NOI doctrine teaches that 59,000 blacks in Yakub, making 60,000, went to the island and selectively bred their genetics and came up with the albanized white race. They then left the island and went back to Africa, Asia, and caused bloodshed to the original blacks. So it has been held ever since. I can take sides and bear witness to both theories, but only one can be correct. That person just they weren't paying attention. It's not in opposition. I think you misunderstood me. The first albanized race left the island and went into the cities of the original people. As Farah Muhammad said, that happened 200 years after the 60,000 black people first came to that island. But Farah did not mention what happened to the original black people and their descendants in that intervening 200 years. Some of them died on that island, but many escaped during the first 200 years and settled in Israel. Skeptic. OMG, this is exactly what I was debating on an NOI settlement forum. I, of course, got booted. My thread stated black, brown, red, yellow races escape P-line. I was picked on and was singled out for petty grammatical errors. Typical. I also got grilled because I mentioned that there weren't any women present on this mother plane. If there are a succession of human gods and there are born every so many years, how could it be so without women? Their studies show that the 23 scientists are men only. So from that finding, I suggested they were making test tube babies / gods. When these so-called alien abductees were being swept abroad, these individuals, mainly white, under hypnosis, claimed their genitals, DNA were experimented with. I figured what you say was true. It is also rumored that them falsified some of MFM's teachings, Master Farah Muhammad's teachings, to quench his appetite for power. From what I remember, the last grafted color was whites, which took 600 years to make. Also, if anybody was in opposition, including escapees off of their heads, maybe Master Farah Muhammad was being a little extreme in his findings / knowledge. This is Black Roots. Your sense of the truth was serving you well to think the gods could not be men only. Elijah Muhammad wasn't falsifying. He was caught in a dilemma about how to present such radical information. During his time, men were still very chauvinistic, even black men. They learned this well from whites, so Elijah felt his info would be hard for them to swallow. This is why Elijah had to feed it like milk to a baby. Yeah, that makes sense. If he said some of the gods were women, men just were not ready to accept that God can be a woman. There are other things as well that he held back, some of which he taught only to his closest associates. This is natural and happens with every teacher of the truth. Not all people are ready to hear certain things, so one talks to the general public differently than he does to serious students. Yep. I had a quick question. Of the 12 tribes of the black nation, well, this is somebody asking a question. I had a quick question. Of the 12 tribes of the black nation, is one of them the tribe of Shabazz? And if so, are the blacks in the West descendants of that tribe? I grew up as a Christian, but as I reached adulthood, is converted to Islam. Since my conversation, I have been exposed to so much knowledge that I never knew before. I agree with you on the purpose of nature of Christian, Judaism, Islamic religions. Now I am searching for my origins and purpose in life. I asked the above question because this is what I have been taught through Islam. And even though I converted feeling like this was the best thing for me, I now question its teachings. The name Black Roots, the name of our entire black nation, is Shabazz. Not just one tribe. The word Shabazz means nation. The whole black nation of 12 tribes, in my language, Setswana, we call the nation Shaba, or Sechaba. The Arabs, just like the Greeks and Romans before them, have a peculiar thing of adding the letter Z or S to the end of ancient words. For instance, the Greeks took the ancient Egyptian name like Khufu and added an S at the end to make it Cheops or Cheops or Cheops. Or the name Manu, they changed to Menez. Another one is Heru, which they changed to Horus, always adding S at the end. The Arabs do the same thing, adding a Z. So the word Shaba became Shabazz or Shabazz. But the point is that the original word meaning nation, not tribe. So all black people belong to Shabazz. All black people belong to Shabazz. The black people in the West are the descendants of the Israelites. Actually, they are descendants of Yahweh / Yaqub and the Elohim, the 60,000 people who bred the light-skinned races on the island of Pelan / Patmos. The original religion of the Israelites and the Islam religion both came from Yahweh. They are one and the same religion. The original religion of the Israelites and the Islam religion both came from Yahweh. They are one and the same religion, with one and the same God, Yahweh or Allah. The difference came only because the first religion, that of the Israelites, was given first long, long ago, after it was stolen by the whites whose descendants today call themselves Jews. Then Yahweh sent one of the Elohim, Gabriel, to reveal the religion again, this time to Muhammad. Peace and blessings upon his soul. By then, the name El or Elo had changed to Arabic as Allah. So the religion of Yahweh became the religion of Allah, and they called it Islam. I think when you know the background of the religions, it may be easier to stay in Islam and not be misled by the ignorant. Allahu Akbar. And that's the end of that chapter. Boy, get juicy. The next chapter, the true and full name of Yahweh. Can y'all see that? The true and full name of Yahweh. Matter of fact, we'll start that off. The name the name YHWH, Yahweh, should be spelled YAHWEHU, Yahweh. It's not Yahweh, it's Yahweh. That didn't even sound hard. Yahweh. The first H sound following Yah should be clearly pronounced, as should the last H in U, H-U. Yeah, so Yahweh. Yahweh. Yeah. For proper pronunciation, the sound should be separated as follows. Yahweh. Y-A space H-W-E-H-U. Yahweh. Yahweh. HWE should not be pronounced as W-E-H. It should be pronounced starting with the H sound as H-W-E. The way some black folks pronounce the H sound in the word Y, they clearly start it with the H sound as if it were spelled H-W-Y. The H sound in H-W-E should be pronounced the same way. To put it another way, the name should be pronounced as it usually is, but making sure to distinctly pronounce the H after the Yah and end it with H-U, Yahoo, Yahoo. I hope I'm not messing it up. To put it another way, the name should be pronounced as it usually is, but making sure to distinctly pronounce the H after the Y-A, to pronounce the H after the Yah, and end it with H-U. Now, the meaning of the name Yahweh is King of the White-Skinned Races. The meaning of the name Yahweh is King of the White-Skinned Races. The sound Yahweh, Yahweh, is how it was pronounced by the ancient white-skinned races that were taught about their God 4,000 years ago. The black people who lived then did not pronounce the name like that. You have to realize that the non-blacks were taught language like little children, even though they were adults. The reason is because soon after they were made, they completely lost the ability to speak when they were incarcerated behind the Caucasus Mountains in the caves of Europe. 283, we're gonna stop right there. Oh man, ain't it getting juicy? Boy, it's getting juicy, y'all. So that's the end of my reading for this morning, early morning. Getting ready to get ready for everybody to get ready to come in from work. Yeah, look like it's gonna be, I don't know if it's gonna be a rainy day. Still early in the morning. You know, we up here in the mountains. Well, we close to the mountains, so, you know, the sun don't really come out till 11 or 12, but then I could be wrong, because you can't predict this African weather. Yeah, you can't predict this. Yeah, you can't predict the African weather, especially rainy season rolling on in too. I think rainy season ending on the West Coast, so now it's getting ready to pick up on the East Coast. So, big salute to everybody, big salute. I'll probably be going live in a little bit. Get ready for the day. So big salute to everybody, man. Big salute to all my loved ones, the donors, the sponsors, man. Everybody supporting your boy, man. Because all help is needed. All help is needed right now. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of building going on. We got a lot of things going on. Water well almost finished. I can't wait to start building my new little house out here in McClain County and start putting these seeds in the ground. You know, I can't wait for this music to take off. You know, big bro making hit after hit. Big salute to my big bro, JT, the bigger figure. Ain't lost a step. You know what I'm saying? OG in the game. A legend to me. You know what I'm saying? The more I learn about my bro, he a legend to me. Hip-hop legend. They need to be giving bruh some flowers. You know what I'm saying? So y'all pray on bruh safe return. Pray for the family, the Muhammad family. Pray for all of us, man. Pray for everybody. Pray for yourself. Pray for your family. You know, keep them prayers strong. Keep them prayers going up. Keep them prayers going up. So the guys that have mercy on us, man. You know, just keep them prayers going up. And y'all keep getting y'all knowledge strong. Ooh, this shit nappy. And y'all just get ready, man. Y'all prepare. If you ain't got your passports, man, if you're gonna duke it out in America, man, just get prepared, get your food prepared, because y'all see what's going on. I hate a lot of people waited to the last minute. I hate that. And some people still sleep. Some people still ain't woke. So, you know, hopefully, God have mercy on them, man. Hopefully God have mercy on all of us. And I'll be back tomorrow with some more reading. Get back into our juice. And you know, it's a part 2 to the book. I'm looking for it now. It's a part 2 to the book. So once we finish this one, we got a lot more reading to do, but once we finish this one, yeah, we got to get into the other one. Because I feel like this knowledge we need. And you know, the more I pray, the more I feel like this book, go with the Quran, man. This book actually, you know, when I read the Quran, then I read this book, things make a lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? It builds my faith in Islam a lot more. Well, our Islam on our side, because you know the Arab Islam is a little different from ours. You know, they got division. They got divisions. You know, we all about Allah. You know, we all about God. We don't got no divisions. We accept all, regardless of all the shit that people be talking. You know, so y'all stay tuned, stay tapped in. JT the Bigger Figure 415. That's Big Brother YouTube page. Let's get them subscribers up. Y'all like, share, subscribe. JT the Bigger Figure 415 at YouTube. JT the Bigger Figure 415 at Instagram. Trapflix.com. Man, all my loved ones, man. Love y'all, man. I love y'all, man. I can't wait for the day that we all come together. And we all be like, boy, we could be tripping out. Y'all could be telling me how y'all used to watch me and y'all was getting prepared. And I could tell y'all, like, look, boom, this is what we need to do when we farming this stuff. This, you know, we can share information. Because I'm learning. Every day I'm learning. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't perfect. You know, I don't claim to know everything. You know. So, you know, y'all just stay prayed up, man. Stay tuned, man. I love y'all, man. I'll be back in a few with a live. You know, go live, talk to the folks. So, y'all stay tuned, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all hit the cash out, hit the Instagram, hit the likes, like, share, subscribe. And I love y'all, man. Big salute. Gotta get something done with my head, boy. Woo, gotta get something done with my head. So big salute, everybody. Love y'all, man.